Hello and welcome to my cake kitchen. Today we're making this pumpkin spice chocolate chip loaf, which is a variation of a pumpkin spice cake I originally completed on one of my live baking sessions. For this loaf though, I made some small changes which I will be discussing in this video, and will be handing you all the tips you need for success. Making this pumpkin spice loaf is completely beginner friendly as it does not require any fancy ingredients or advanced equipment. A few pantry staples, mixing bowls, a whisk and a spatula is all it takes. I'll also be giving you my verdict after this cake is tasted when it's finished baking. So without wasting your time, let's jump right in. First, you will need to preheat your convection fan oven to 160 degrees C and grease and line a baking pan. To be sure of the loaf not sticking to my pan, I greased, floured and lined my baking pan, and the flouring was to accommodate for any issues where the baking parchment fell short. With the oven and pan all sorted, let me talk you through some of my ingredient selection. There is sugar, a mix of both granulated and dark brown sugar. The dark brown sugar enhances texture, moisture and adds to the intense flavor of this cake. For the original recipe of this cake, I employed muscovado sugar, which brought complexity in the flavor profile, slightly different from the use of brown sugar. How this affects taste and outcomes I will discuss more when we come to tasting the cake. Next is my fat ingredients, and here I have flavorless seed oil which has melted butter mixed into it. Both butter and oil contributes to moisture and enhances the texture of the crumb of a cake. Butter though adds extra flavor due to its dairy and protein properties. I have vanilla for additional flavoring, followed by 5 large eggs. The correct weight in grams is noted on screen. Eggs bind and hold the ingredients together whilst also enhancing moisture. Now we have flour. For this loaf dough, I'm using a mix of both self-raising flour and bread flour, and then into that I have added some spice mix, salt, baking powder and some dark chocolate chips, all of which are mixed together over here. Now the reason for using bread flour is simply to employ the extra protein properties of the flour to enhance a slightly strong textured crumb, which I prefer for this loaf. The original recipe is a cake flour as noted earlier, which uses self-raising flour and plain flour, and this yields a very delicate cakey crumb if you prefer. I also have pumpkin puree, which is slightly different from pumpkin pie mix, so check your labeling before this is bought. I picked mine from Amazon. Now when the cake is done, it will be covered in chocolate caramel ganache, which I'll be handing you more details on how to make as we go along. You can also check the full live video of this baking session on the live library of the homepage of the channel, where I break down all the ingredients and the intention behind them for a fuller understanding. We are done here, so let's move on to mixing our ingredients for the batter, and into a large bowl goes in the eggs. This is whisked together to break up the yolks and to get a mix of the eggs. Added to this is the sugar, which is also beaten together with the eggs, and then vanilla is added, which is then followed by the mixture of oil and butter. Everything is then uniformly mixed together before the pumpkin puree is added into the mix of liquid ingredient. The whisk is swapped for a spatula before our flour is added into the liquid mix. When the flour is added to the liquid mix, the technique of mixing changes slightly, specifically to folding, where the spatula scrapes around the sides of the bowl and then cuts through the middle of the bowl, turning slightly to fold in the mixture before the motion is repeated several times. This ensures that the mixture is uniformly mixed without over mixing the batter. When the batter is mixed all together without specks of flour floating on top of the batter, it is then poured into our pan and it's going to be baked at 150 degrees C for an hour and 15 minutes. After an hour and 15 minutes, the pumpkin spice chocolate chip loaf is done when a skewer comes out of it clean, and on observation the loaf has baked well with a nice tight and steady crust. Holes are then made through the cake using a straw dowel, and these are filled in with the chocolate caramel sauce, making the cake similar to a poke style loaf. The sauce is simply homemade caramel sauce with chocolate chips added in and melted together, and a link to how to make the caramel sauce is linked in the description box for you when the original cake recipe was completed. The rest of the caramel sauce is then poured over the cake, but please note there's really no strict ideas to how to do this, so do feel free to let your creative ideas flow. Icing sugar becomes the star of the show when it is sprinkled over the loaf as a form of decoration, and well, I did promise a taste test with some unexpected remarks. Okay, this is what we have over here. So you have a crusty exterior and you have what looks like a very gooey, chocolatey interior with the spread of chocolate on there. Let's see. It's a good cake, it's not great. So a bit of context about my taste test remarks. This is a good cake, I would say. Really, really good cake. The crumb turned out great, moist. The texture is exactly what I wanted. If you want a very dense but slightly delicate texture that yields well, this is great. The only difference that informs my taste test remarks is because the original recipe was derived with muscovado sugar that brings a lot of intensity and complexity. So here's what I would say: if you like the complexity of flavor, perhaps replace the quantity of brown sugar here with muscovado sugar, which means you'll be reverting back to the original recipe. But if you just like just a touch bit of intensity and flavor, which is just there for you, then perhaps stick with the brown sugar. That's the difference in the use of the different types of sugar. But in terms of the crumb and the yield of the cake, amazing, and I hope you enjoy baking.